Opening day festivities wrapping up, and we'll be back to get this season started right after this. Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. So the Los Angeles Dodgers with major expectations. Ready to go? Here's a speed threat. Jake McCarthy. The pitch. In for a strike. And a new season is officially underway. Next offering is fouled back. Kershaw fires. Swings and misses. Struck him out.
Well, that pitch wasn't even close to being a strike, and that just goes to show you how defensive hitters can become when they're up against an 0-2 count. You're just hoping for a mistake somewhere near the zone that you can get the bat to, but right there he was clearly anxious. He was swinging when the ball left the hand.
Strike two.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Slider got him for strike 3.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top 2 guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with a number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
The wind to kick the 2-0. Fought off foul. Kershaw the 2-1. That one fouled off. The pitch. Stays alive. And now the lefty. Good eye right there.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
You know, Christian Walker, a guy who had a really successful amateur career. His college ball with the South Carolina Gamecocks. They won the College World Series twice with Walker, and he tied the College World Series record for most career hits with 28. Christian Walker in the box now. No balls and a strike. Next offering is in for a strike.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
And a 1-2. And a curve is down and in. The 2-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. And that is that. One left for Arizona. And now back here at the ballpark. And on the mound here today, Zach Gallen. Chris, a sub-3 ERA for him a year ago.
Well, when your numbers are coming in under 3 as a starting pitcher that's going out there every 4th or 5th day, taking the ball, competing against really good big league hitters, It's extremely impressive, and you wonder what he figured out last year that he can carry into this season that can help him to maintain that number or even drop it lower. We'll see, but we know he's got good stuff, and he should be really good in this one today.
There's a strike.
Pitch location right there. Tough to pull that with you and take it towards the first base side of the field.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
No, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle, so I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
Up the middle, Peterson to first. That ends the frame. Dodgers go down quiet. Back here in L.A., an outstanding hitter in Ketel Marte. The wind and the pitch. This one popped up. One up, one down. Now it's Evan Longoria's turn. I'm always interested in guys like Evan Longoria. He didn't have any scholarship offers out of high school, wasn't drafted out of high school, but eventually ended up at Long Beach State and became a first-round pick. How do you go from not drafted to a first-rounder? Out towards right center. That's well struck. Stretches out and hauls it in.
Man, he hammered that one to center. I thought it was out of here, but Wynn just absolutely killed it.
Gurriel gets a piece.
Yeah, and then becoming a superstar there for a while with the Tampa Bay Rays, and pretty incredible. Just a quiet player, goes about his business day in and day out. Actually played third base next to Troy Tulowitzki at shortstop at Long Beach State.
And slept on his couch. The pitch. And that skips in the dirt. And a foul ball, he stays alive.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout. Diamondbacks down quickly. Back here at Chavez Ravine, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here comes Max Muncy. Gallen back to work. And it's fouled away.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
And he grounds one to the right side. In plenty of time to first. And a quick out, number one. And up to the plate is Will Smith. Line to left. Diving, it gets down. Could be extra bases. They're still chasing it as he rounds second. Pulls into third safely with a triple.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Ripped that one down the line and kept it fair. And even when you hit it that far out front, you still have to keep your hands tight to your body so you don't hook around that baseball and put it in foul territory. And that right there was perfect. Runner in scoring position now, and a good...
Lifted in the air, right field. McCarthy makes the catch. Runner tags for home. The throw is offline, and he's in to score. And it's 1-0.
Well, he's always capable of losing one over the fence. He might have just missed it right there, but a good job to drive in that run from third.
Puts it in the air out towards left center. Nice grab on the run. And that's the inning. So it's 1 run, 1 hit. No. Top half of the third inning. Now the D-backs catcher, Gabriel Moreno. And first offering is fouled off. Moreno goes 5 feet 11 inches, 195 pounds, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, shallow left field, and that will fall. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
That's a ball that a lot of times you'll see the shortstop or left fielder be able to get to if it hangs up in the air long enough. But right there, it just died and found a way to drop in on the green stuff for the base hit.
That's in for a strike.
That's a great take right there. Even though it's a strike, with the situation, runner on first base, you want to keep the ball off the ground. And you swing at that pitch, most likely you roll into a double play.
Check swing, appeal to first. No, he held up. The 2-2 on the way. And a good eye there.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And he walked him.
He's making things difficult for himself right now out there on the mound. But, you know, his confidence should still be high enough to get out of this. But he's going to have to buckle down right here.
McCarthy in the box now. Takes strike 1. The next offering misses. Ball 1. No outs, runners at first and second. Got him swinging. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
That's inside. Now 2-0.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
And now 2-1. And here it comes. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. Moreno, the lead runner at second. Pham over at first with 1 away. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Slider got him for strike 3. This is Corbin Carroll. Worked a walk at his first trip to the plate. In there, and it's 0-1.
You know, he can move the ball around, add and subtract, get some weak contact at times. So you don't worry as much about him in this situation. Very capable of getting a ground ball and getting out of this little jam.
Swing and a ball lifted left field. And that is that. Diamondbacks strand. Back here at Dodger Stadium. Bottom of the inning. Chris Taylor down. Gallen back to work. Gallen, a 6'2 righty, 190 pounds, and he was a 3rd-round pick back in 2016. On the ground to the left. Tosses to first. Taylor out of the play. And now it's Ahmed Rosario. Going 1.
0-1.
Down the line towards the corner. Makes a nice running catch. 2 down. So the lineup flips over. And here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. And a foul ball. One of the things you don't think about with Freddie Freeman, he's really good defensively picking over there, but he's got a very good throwing arm. In high school, he could throw 95 plus from the mound. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. Welcome back. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Christian Walker. First pitch, and he just misses.
0-1, no strike.
There's the strike.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
One-two now. Upstairs.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And now the count filled up 3-2.
The idea was right. Looking to locate that fastball up and in. He just missed his spot a little bit.
Next offering is fouled back. And he deals. And there's ball 4.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
Marte in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. On the ground, 2 ball. Hernandez. Spin, throw, that's 1. And that's all they'll get.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Longoria in the box now. Takes strike 1. Pitch is in there. And it's 0-2. Marte at first, 1 gone. Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. No swing. Just held it back there. And it's even up.
That's a really good take.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Just a great slider right there. And I think the key for pitchers and what hitters don't want to see is if a pitcher misses with that pitch, that he misses off the edge of the strike zone rather than in the middle of the strike zone. And right there, excellent execution, and it finished up in a perfect spot.
And that is cut on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes. Kicks and deals. Goes down looking for the strikeout. A controversial called strike 3 to end the inning. 1 left for the Diamondbacks. Still behind by a count of 1-0. And welcome back. Bottom 4. And now here's the Dodgers designated hitter, Gavin Lux. Line drive and a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Here's Kike Hernandez. Gets down, base hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
Couple of singles back to back. And man, I'll tell you, a line drive like that into the gap just feels so good. It's feedback that you had everything on time and in control from start to finish with your swing.
Max Muncy at the dish. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1. Pitchers and catchers have a unique bond in general, but Gallen and Carson Kelly actually lived together for a while when they played at AAA. Technically, it was Kelly's apartment, and Gallen slept on an air mattress.
Got to do what you got to do coming through the minor leagues, but that can definitely help to strengthen that bond, be on the same page when you get into the ball game.
Here's the 0-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. First and second here, no outs. Right-hander kicks, deals. And that's outside. Fastball, and he gets out of the way. And a pitch. Foul off the plate. They'll do it again. Two now. That misses off the outside edge. Got him. One away.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. They tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Smith now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there.
These guys have come out ready to swing the bats early in the count and swing it often. If you want to score some runs, have an offensive explosion, that can be a route to doing it.
Carroll makes the grab, and there's 2 down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Here's Mookie Betts. Drove in a run with a sac fly his first time up. Foul ball there. Singing Mookie Betts, given name Marcus Lynn Betts. He attributes the nickname from his parents watching Mookie Blaylock play basketball.
Yeah, Boog, and the cool coincidence with that name are the initials, MLB.
That's right. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Lux over at second. Hernandez at first. 2 out of the inning. The 0-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Righty delivers. On the ground to third. They take the force out, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. Dodgers strand a couple. They lead it 1-0. Ready now for the 5th inning. And the batter now, Gabriel Moreno. The wind of the pitch. And that's a little bit high. And that's ball 1. Now 1-1. Next offering is in for a strike.
Wow, just a beautiful backdoor slider right there. If you've got any chance of hitting that pitch, you have to wait until the absolutely last millisecond. Just a tough pitch to hit and not an easy one to throw either.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Broken bat, roller to first. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. And the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th. Here's Tommy Pham. There's a strike. The other way. Fair ball. And that rolls into the corner. Now he turns and heads for second. And he pulls in with a double for his first hit of the year.
Everything came together for him. He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it. Now a pretty big at bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing plane.
That misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got him looking. Down on strikes, and he knew it.
Well, even if you don't feel great about it, you got to swing the bat with 2 strikes in this situation. You've got the tying run out there in scoring position. Just put the ball in play. Maybe something good will happen. It just didn't look like he understood the situation.
That's in there, and that is strike 2. Runner at second, 2 down. He goes down looking. So 1 hit is all they get. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Dodgers 1. Back here at the ballpark, now James Outman. And the right-hander back to work. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
Now there's a pitch we haven't seen in a while. It's going to be tough on the hitters if he can mix that in whenever he wants.
And the 0-2. That's ripped. Base hit.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
Stepping in, Chris Taylor. And that one finds its way through. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. And up next for Los Angeles, Ahmed Rosario. He's 0 for 1. Bounced out to short, dive, and he's got it. To second, there's one. To first, not in time. Great effort there. So the batting order turns over. Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. Swing and a miss. 0-1. One of the things you may notice with Freddie Freeman, he always wears long sleeves. And you go back and remember his mom, Rosemary, she died of melanoma, skin cancer, back in 2000. Swing and he breaks his bat and puts the squeeze on it. That's out number 2. Now a throw to first. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Here's the left fielder, Corbin Carroll. That one's in there, and it's 0-1. A little out front there as he swings through it.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Left-hand batter waits. On the ground to third. Zips it across. Leadoff man retired in the 6th. Walker stands in now and watches strike 1.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. Walker started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, and Gary Simmons punches him out. That's a strikeout. Here's Ketel Marte. And first offering is fouled off. Marte, a former All-Star, 29 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Ball 1 low.
1-1.
Next pitch misses, and it's 2-1.
2-1 the count now. He hasn't seen a fastball yet, but you've got to be ready to hit one because you doubt the pitcher wants this to go to a 3-1 count.
Base knock right field. Now the third baseman, Evan Longoria. On the corner for a strike. 0-1.
Well, in this situation, the hitter knows that he's got to find a pitch that he can drive in order to drive in that tying run all the way from first base. So if he can't do that, keep the line moving through a walk or just a base hit. But you got to stay within yourself.
Next offering is fouled back. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that is that. One left for Arizona, and it remains 1-0. Back here at Chavez Ravine, bottom of the 6th inning, and stepping in is the speedy Gavin Lux. The right-hander back to work. Liner caught it second.
From up here, it looked like that liner might be splitting the gap in right center. That's one of those atom balls you just have to live with as a hitter.
And that one is lifted in the air. Flashes the leather on the run and catch. And there's 2 away. 2 outs, base is empty. Max Muncy steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Up the middle. Over to first. They get the out on Muncy. And that is the inning. Dodgers down in. So a young arm coming on now out of the pen. Brusdar Graterol.
Power slider guy, Boo. He throws it hard and gets a lot of late movement, so it's tough to pick up.
Gurriel gets a piece. The pitch. Ball 1 there. That one missed.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Foul back our way, and that's out of play. 2013 in the playoffs, you caught one as the Red Sox played the Rays in the division series.
I sacrificed a bracelet. It was my wrist and my hand.
The tying run at the plate. That's out to center field. Outman calls it in, and there's 1 away. At the plate, Gabriel Moreno, 1 for 2. There's a strike.
Well, don't expect too many more high fastballs. This is a good sinker ball pitcher, and sometimes they can make mistakes trying to pitch up in the zone. Look for him to stay down around the knees to be effective.
1 down, base is empty. On the ground. Throw to first, great stretch, and they got him. Tommy Pham stands in now for the Diamondbacks.
Really good piece of hitting last time, going to the opposite field.
That one the other way, and that gets down for a base hit. So the tying run reaches with 2 away.
Waste no time there. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
That misses the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Typically, the outfield defense will play a little bit deeper just to keep the ball in front, make sure that runner on first doesn't come off.
And there's the 3rd out. That'll do it for the inning. Back here at Dodger Stadium, set for the last half of the 7th. Here's the catcher, Will Smith.
The catcher.
Now a screamer into the outfield. And there's 1 down. And now it's Mookie Betts. He has, as they like to say, light tower power. Not a big guy, but a big swing. And thunder in that bat. Swung on, belted. Carroll ranges back. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Man, I love that route. The ball was smoked. He knew he had to get back to the track right away. Turned his back on the infield. Got to the spot, turned around, and made a nice catch.
Line drive, base hit.
Oh, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Off the bat, it was headed for the gap all the way. And as a hitter, you love seeing those as you take your first couple of steps out of the box. You know you got some real estate to run on, and such a good feeling. Nice liner into the gap right there.
They stopped the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Ahmed Rosario will hit next. Here's the pitch. It's a double steal. On the ground to short. Tosses to first. That ends the inning. Dodgers strand a couple, but they back here in L.A. And here is Jace Peterson. And the pitch. There's the strike.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they are creeping into my mind right now.
Here's a 1-1. And that one wrapped foul. And the right-hander deals. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And a pitch. And now 2-2. Right-handed reliever. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Pretty big strikeout right there to start this 8th inning. Down one. Any leadoff base runner really makes this inning a bit more interesting. But now this offense has to switch from possibly trying to manufacture a run to needing to run into something or just try to string multiple hits together to get a run across the plate.
New pitcher now, Yency Almonte.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect the tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Next offering is down low.
When you get to this part of the order, yeah, there's some pop there, but more likely there's some base hits. So very important to be patient. Let the pitcher walk you if he will.
At the belt and fires. And there's the strike.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
Next pitch is downstairs.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
And a payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's out number 2. So the bullpen doing a nice job backing up the effort from their starter.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty excellent pitching out of this staff so far. I mean, they've come in ready to do their job and get outs. They've been pretty tough to get to in this one.
The pitch. Walker checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. And that's going to be ruled a swing. Got it by him for the K. Nothing doing for Arizona. They still trail 1-0. So they bring on the veteran, Joe Mantiply.
And this could be a pretty critical point in this game. They're hoping he's the guy to keep them within striking distance.
And a pitch. And first offering is fouled off.
I'm really impressed with this offense. They haven't been timid at the plate at all. They've been aggressive, and they're keeping the defense on its toes. So far, 6 hits on the first pitch alone. That tells you something.
And he hits a ground ball right side.
And, you know, it's always interesting to see how teams attack the first pitch. What's their plan of attack going to be? Well, for this offense in this game, they're not waiting around.
And Freeman is retired.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
And now it's Gavin Lux. 1 for 3. This one popped up. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 away.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
Pulls that one foul. Oh, 1 down. Swing and a bouncer. Tosses to first. And that's the 3rd out. 3 up, 3 down for him there. Through 8 full. It's the Dodgers 1. Evan Phillips takes over on the mound. A chance at his first save of the year. Well, 1-run game. Ketel Marte up to the plate. The pitch. And a strike in there.
Some guys are just more confident they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2. And down on strikes he goes. And the leadoff man retired here in the 9th.
Well, the first batter, it's always a big one for the closer. I mean, you get that punch out, you get settled in, you feel like you're in command out there on the mound from the jump, and kind of prevents any doubt from creeping into your mind or the guys that are playing behind you that, you know, you're going to wrap this thing up.
Next one misses. Ball 2. And that's down and away.
I almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
3-0 down. There's a strike. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the ninth. Next offering is fouled back. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
They're not ready to go home quite yet.
Gurriel gets a piece. Next offering is in for a strike. 1-run game here in the top of the ninth. Righty to the plate. Caught him looking for the K.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate. Right now, they're looking for something hit hard into the gaps, give them an opportunity with 2 outs to score that run from first.
Just 1 strike away. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Well, this one was all about the pitching and defense. Outstanding job of the pitchers, really attacking hitters, trusting what the catcher was putting down, and trusting the guy standing behind him to make the plays defensively. Sometimes you want to see a high-scoring game, but sometimes you can appreciate the artistic beauty of what these guys did on the mound today.
And a 1-0 final score here in this one. Dave Roberts and company celebrate in the dugout. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Victorious Dodgers, 1 run, 7 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. For the Diamondbacks, no runs, 4 hits, no errors.